Hello and welcome to South Coast Fishing. Today we are going to be learning about the running ledger rig or sliding boom rig. This is a particularly good rig if you're a starter. It's a nice, simple, easy to use rig. It's pretty good for sandy bed, or so there's not too many tangles, not too many weeds. It's a great starter rig. So what makes up a running ledger rig? So you have your main line coming from your reel through your rod eyes, and then what you do is you get yourself one of these. It's a little sliding boom for your weight. So you pop that on your line before you do anything else. Here we go, we're making this awkward. So basically, as you can see, that runs freely. Now if you want to, you can pop a bead on before, after the boom, just to protect the knot if you wish. You don't have to. And then you pop yourself a swivel on. So that's on your main line. And then from the swivel, you run a trace for as long as you want, whether it be, sort of 2 or 3 feet, something like that. 1 metre, 2 metres, it's entirely up to you, depends on how long you want it. And then you have your hook. If you want to put beads on by the hook, you can, it's entirely up to you. And then what you do is your weight clips on to the clip. Like so. So then when you cast out, the weight sits on the bottom. Your line is 3 to run through, and your hook can dangle in the current and be picked up by a fish, and away it goes. And then usually, if you want to, you can use you can put a separate line on. So if you wanted to, you could have another swivel this end and keep that as a complete rig. And then what would happen is when the boom hits the swivel that end, it'll help set the hook and get your fish on, but you don't have to. That's personal preference, entirely up to you. So yeah, so that's the basics of it. Now I have found that it's better to use a weight with a swivel on it so that it can move around. It just stops it getting tangled up quite so much. So yeah, it's best to use a weight with a swivel on. It just helps it stop getting tangled up quite so much. There are different ways of doing this. So if you haven't got one of these particular sliders, you could use a pulley rig, quite simply. Same way again, just pop it on, and can't see, should have worn my glasses. So pop it on, and then obviously you'd pop a clip on there to attach your weight, and again it would slide freely through, not a problem. There is also a clip-on sliding boom, which is quite cool. So as you can see, there is a slit down the front, and what you do is you clip it on and then you twist it. So let's have a go, see if I can do this without completely hashing this up. Here we go. So again, right, now what we've found by using these, it is better to have this end, so the end that you twist to close it, at the knot end. It just seems to work better that way, and it stops the knot from sort of causing any problems with this, because if it keeps hitting against it too hard, it will push it out. So all you do is you get your line, you clip it through like so, and then you twist that around 180 degrees, and there you go. So again, with the weight on, that would run quite nicely, quite freely. So basically, so if you've got if your setup has a hook, a clip or something on the end of your sort of main line constantly, so if you're up to there constantly, rather than having to take it off, you can just clip this on and you're good to go. And yeah, so that is that. And then to take it off, you just bring it round again, and there you go, it's unclipped quite easily. Now, like I say, these are really good rigs for starting out. They're simple, they're easy, not too technical. You can have, you know, hook length as long as you like. And if you do get any snags at all and you end up losing your hook, you just simply pull off another length of line, pop another hook on, and you're good to go. Easy fishing, that's what we're about, easy fishing. Also, another way of attaching the weight is if it has got a built-in swivel like this one. If you want to, you can attach it directly to the line without anything. It's probably not the best way of doing it, but it is a way of doing it. Now, these rigs are great for trolling, so if you're on a boat and you're out in the harbour or out on the water, you can pop one out. They're great for that. They're fairly good for shallow water as well, so if you've not got too much depth, they're pretty good because the weight will hold it, and this will go with the tide and free to move. They're also a really good rig if you have a small telescopic rod like we have here, and so you can use it with, you know, you get the weights with the hole straight through the middle. They're good for that. So again, you'd have the weight with the line through, a bead and a clip, and all you've got to do is pop a length of line with a hook on and you are good to go. They're great for that. They're great for if you like fishing with the tide rather than trying to fight against it. So if you just want to chuck it out and let it run, again, small weight with a hole through, brilliant for that. You can just let it trot across, and yeah, so you can flick it out, let the tide take it, bring it back in and go again. If you haven't got a weight with a swivel, then obviously it's easy enough to pop a clip and a swivel onto a weight to keep it running freely. They just do seem to work better with the swivel. So okay, so that brings us to the end of our little chat about this, and if you like what you've seen, please like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, and also if you've got a particular favourite rig that you like to use, please let us know in the comments. We'd like to hear about it and compare notes basically. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers.